Right, let's see how this feels. It's got the term slip-ons. Notice that. Same crappy standard mirrors as my Streetfighter came with, exactly the same. Same clocks, same switch gear. Just a lot more compact. And I believe this engine is the same one as you get in the Multistrada V2 and I think the Hyper Motard as well. This feels pretty good. It's quite firm. I had heard that this was going to be softer than my Streetfighter V2, but so yeah, traffic speeds here. I've like I said, I put it straight into sport mode. I've not got long to try this. Just while the sled's in for its service. So time to go through everything. Yeah, I like that. Sounds good. Yeah, a lot more compact. It feels very similar to the seating position on the 790 Duke. Yeah, same sort of legroom. Maybe feet are smidge up higher. Comfy seat. Like this riding position. I love the monster decals there. You know, when I first saw this bike coming out in the photographs, I've not got like any past allegiances with the Monster brand. A lot of people were kicking off about the trellis frame going and saying it's not a Monster. But yeah, that doesn't mean anything to me. I'm not a purist. This is the first ride I've ever had of any of the Monsters, so yeah, it does not bother me that it doesn't have a trellis flame. I like this. Like I say, when it first came out, I was a bit, don't know, it looks a bit soft. There's a couple of the lines that I didn't like. And I've walked past this particular bike a few times in the showroom while I've been down for servicing, and not really paid much attention to it, but what kind of piqued my interest was a trip up north with a pal the other week. It wasn't until I had to go with my mates Z900 RS that I kind of realised how firm the Ducati suspension was on the V2. He was, Mike, my mate, he's a far better rider than I am, but he was clearing off. And he's down, what, 40 horsepower on my bike. Yeah, just clearing off on me on the corners because the bike was so unsettled. So we had to go on the same bit of road on the way back, and what a difference, you know. First time I'd ever ridden the Kawasaki, and I was firing through those very same corners with a lot more confidence, just because the bike was more road biased, you know. It's kind of got softer suspension settings. That little trip up north kind of made me start looking around again, and I thought about I'd watched a few reviews on the SP version of this. So while I was looking around, I noticed that Ducati Glasgow / Dundee had a low mileage SP with loads of trick parts on it, similar to what I've got on my Streetfighter. So I've fired in an email to Stuart in the showroom and asked them about it. Asked if they had a monster I could try when I was down. Well, I like this. This has got shove low down. Seems the hyper motard, it's got all that low down grunt. So here we are, yeah, down. Streetfighter's in, not the Streetfighter, sorry, the Desert Sled is in for its service today, so I thought let's kill two birds with one stone. I mean, this does not look anything like as gorgeous as the Streetfighters, but it is good, a good looking bike, but just not in the same way as they are. The SP, however, does look better than this. It's got the same sort of graphics. Oh yeah, the quick shifter's lovely. Yeah, same graphics kit as I've just put on my bike. It's a bit more eye-catching, Olin suspension, a few more blingy bits, and I believe it's was it 2 centimeters taller, which isn't a problem because my feet are both going flat on the floor here. A bit more jacked up at the back, dropped at the front, so sportier riding position. This isn't nearly as upright as I was expecting watching the reviews. I kind of heard it was very upright, but it's not. Like I say, it feels like my 790 Duke after I've dropped the bars, put the 890 bars on it. Oh, this has got far more grunt. All the grunt slowed down on this compared with the Streetfighter. Kinda, my Streetfighter V2 is, it's like a super sport the way you ride it, you know, kicks in further up the rev range. This is set up more like the hyper motard. It's like that low down grunt that I enjoyed when I test rode it. Yeah, I was thinking coming down here to try this, I'll miss the overtaking ability and all that, but this feels like more than 110 brake. And I'd heard it runs out of revs and it doesn't. Nah, I'm hooked on this. Yeah, I like this already. I thought with it not being the SP I'd be a bit, it's okay. I like this a lot. I need to get off and have a look at it though, because still not totally sold on the looks. I do like a twin. Twin engines for me are the sweet spot. You can be a bit of a hooligan without people hearing you from miles away. And I like that about them. You know, I've had a couple of triples and 4 cylinders, and yeah, people can tell when you're being a bad boy. No, I like this a lot. I'm quite surprised. I didn't think it'd be as nippy as it is. And one of the things that stands out compared to my bike is how light it feels. It doesn't feel as tall. My bike feels tall. You're kind of waiting for it to turn in. Long wheelbase. It's great on those long sweeping corners. But like I said, when I was up north the other day on those nadgery little tight turns, I wasn't enjoying it so much. This feels like way lighter, and it's obviously a good bit shorter, so it's going to be nimble. Yeah, could I live with one of these? I think I could. I'm not sold on the tail of these. I think it's the light. The tail light looks a bit soft, but the seat cowl and all the rest that come on the SP kind of make it look a little more aggressive. Probably second gear just now, going through town, 3000 RPM ish. It's happy enough. Ooh, nice little pops there on the overrun when we back off. You know, I did think coming down here that jumping from the Streetfighter to the Monster was going to be a bit of a come down. But the reality of it is, this is a stonking good road bike. Yeah, I like this. Knees are right into the tank here. Got a good hold. I find with my Streetfighter that, especially if you polish it, the metal tank's quite hard to get a grip on. I've put like these new V2 tank pads on, it helped a wee bit, but this is much easier to grip onto. I feel a bit more supported while braking, and again, like I say, you don't have all that weight canting forward. Like I say, the same mirrors as the Streetfighter came with, but I can see slightly better in them on this bike than I can on the Streetfighter. They're good enough. Oh, this sounds so good! What a lovely roar! Front end feels a bit squirrely there under acceleration. SP has the dampener though, so that's not an issue on the SP. You could feel it there under acceleration, it was getting a bit flighty. Short wheelbase, so it's going to do that. I like this a lot. Gearbox is nice, quick shifter's smooth. Switchgear is all exactly the same as my Streetfighter. The menus, everything's laid out exactly the same. This, I'm guessing, is the standard seat, and it's really comfy. I mean, I came in today in my desert sled with its pre-upholstered seat without any issues. This feels actually a bit comfier than that. Just where your sit bones are usually starts to go dead, you know, because you've not got enough cushioning. There's plenty there, I can feel it. Very gel-like. So this feels as good as it does, and this is the standard version, and the SP's got the Olins. I can't see how it wouldn't be even more impressive. And like I say, it has the steering damper as well, which already I would say it needs. Very ordinary looking bike stand compared with the Streetfighter, and it doesn't flex or bend, which is a start. So these are the pipes, the termies, slip on, they sound good. Similar LEDs to the ones I've got on my bike. I do like that wraparound indicator and headlight. Pretty cool, that halo. I think the SPI I was looking at came with a little screen on here and a few other knickknacks. There, look at that. I do like that. Strobe. Yeah, taken with this. Way better than I thought it would be. Quite cool looking, isn't it? Petite. I like the cutouts on the front mudguard. That's quite slick looking. Nice design. But this is the bit I was on about, the tail. Not so sure about that. Looks a bit soft in the design, that. But SP's got a nice seat cowl on there. Sporties it up a bit. Okay, short and sweet. Better get back. It's funny, I've kind of walked past these. When I've been down before, what have we tried? I've tried the Hypermotard 950 SP and the 698 when it was down before, and the Diablo V4, and I kind of walked past this. It was like, funnily enough, it was actually Mike, whose Kawasaki I had to go off, asked me if I tried this because he quite likes the look of them, and I was like, nah, weren't doing it for me. But I've changed my tune. Nice bit of engine braking on this. I like engine braking on a bike. I know a lot of you don't. It's like setting forth and just back off and slow down for the next corner. I dare say like a modern street triple will cane this in the twisties. But still, it's not got a twin engine, has it? And I believe Ducati are talking about finishing with the twin. Seem to be putting out all these special edition V2s and things, don't they? End of the line, they're hinting at. I wonder if that means all models or just the Panigale. Surely they'll carry on using those engines in the monsters and things. That's quite noticeable where the rear brake lever is. It has to go down quite a lot to get to it. Probably adjust that up a bit. It's the only thing that's standing out as being a problem, you know. Everything feels very... I feel at home in it because everything is literally the same as a Streetfighter. Recently I filled in a questionnaire from Ducati after the Streetfighter was in for its last service. I got a questionnaire through the post asking me about the bike and everything and what I'm happy with and what do I like about my purchase and not like about it, and envy Augusta. The one thing that well, not the one thing, the main thing I put back to them was that, yeah, I love the bike, but and it was asking is there anything I'd change, and say that, yeah, the standout thing for me is the weight of the Streetfighter V2 under braking. It just feels really obvious to me coming from 790 Dukes and things like that. And said that if they actually made a monster sized Street Fighter, they'd be on a winner there, you know, because can you imagine a monster Street Fighter edition? So this engine and everything, this size, but with the Street Fighter tail and headlights. I mean, they wouldn't need to change much. That's the only thing you need to bang onto is a similar tail and the headlights, and just call it the Monster Street Fighter Edition or something like that. I'd buy one of those without a thought. It's everything. Size, low down grunt, street ability, and the aggressive looks that come on those bikes. That, to me, would be the perfect Ducati. Oh yeah, this is, it's like so much lighter than the Street Fighter, but then it's got a shorter wheelbase, so it should turn quicker anyway, shouldn't it? Right, one more brap. Have to take a deep breath before I go on to the showroom again, speak to Stuart and just put on my not interested face. Poker face, Rob, poker face. Oh, there he goes. Don't let on you like that.